Disruption is the new normal. And as disruptions occur for political reasons or for economic reasons, there's different ramifications. So, one of the things that needs to be done in 26, if it wasn't done well in 25, is we have to de-tariff the redesign of our products. So, what can we do to shift classifications? What can we do to shift country of origin? And the biggest winner there is reshore. You bring the product back to the U.S., you don't have to deal with tariffs. The second thing is reglobalization. Reglobalization of nearshoring, friendshoring, and reshoring need to continue to be investigated. A lot of people pulled the Mexican lever because it was one that we had pulled before. In April, we need to have an agreement on the USMCA that goes in effect in July. And so that's going to occur relatively quickly, and the progress on that is spotty. So we need to nearshore someplace other than Mexico. And how do we do those things? So reglobalization is one of the six. Number three is one supplier negotiation. We need to look at having tough talks with our suppliers. Some companies are assuming they need to absorb this on their own, and I don't think that's related. We need to have some index-based or tariff adjustment clauses in our contracts to avoid sourcing paralysis. Sourcing paralysis, it's like hardening of the arteries. It will kill you. It's not something that is going to go away. And so we need to make sure that we keep active in making things happen. That's going to drive the fifth thing, which is elevate procurement. Procurement for way too long has been viewed as a back office function and needs to come out of the shadows, and we need a procurement renaissance. I can really relate to that because this is very much related to supply chain with COVID. Before COVID, supply chain was those guys back there. I'm not sure what they do, but there's a lot of activity back there. Well, COVID, because it was our fault, you couldn't buy beer and toilet paper. All of a sudden, supply chain became the name of the game, and we got a lot of supply chain representation on the board. We got the C-suite, and so we really made progress. We need to do the same now with procurement. Procurement is not about saving cost, although that's one of the things it does. It really has much more to do about adding value. And we need to have the procurement mentality in the boardroom, in the C-suite, and we need to allow the procurement to guide enterprise decisions. And so if you're a chief procurement officer or you're a VP of procurement, you need to sharpen your sword because we need procurement to step forward and work on how does procurement affect resilience? How does procurement affect optionality? It's not about finding the low-cost country. It's about finding the countries that are going to allow us to meet the demands without having disruption in our service. And then what can we do that's innovative from a procurement point of view? And then probably the largest of all I save for last is the whole technology thing, be it AI or other digital tools. We need to have digital tools that give us the visibility, the automation, the ability to model risk. We need AI forecasting. We need AI-driven trade optimization. We need AI worker development. We need AI everything we do in the company. And it's a great opportunity. We need to have blockchain-based compliance tracking. We need to have digital twins that we can use to monitor tariff exposure. We need to have digital twins to true modeling of what different outcomes could be and how we can act differently within our operations to make sure that we have a greater control over what's happening and less uncertainty.